Hey there, and welcome into Taylor Kitchen. Today we're making some absolutely delicious, sumptuous stuffed peppers. My favorite pepper to stuff is a poblano because it has just a tiny bit of heat, hardly any at all, but just enough to where you know it's not your ordinary pepper. Now you can use whatever pepper you want for this, but I'm going with poblanos because this is going to be one of the most easy stuffed pepper dishes you will ever come across. And I kind of do like a cheats thing to help cook my peppers in advance. I want them a little softer by the time they end up roasting in the oven with everything. So I'm just going to take out the seeds and the membranes, and I'm plopping them into my bowl here. I cut them in half because that's the way I'm going to place them in my baking dish. And I just need to clean all the seeds out, just putting that into my trash bin here. And if you want to leave the stems on and everything, it actually makes it look really pretty for serving. But totally up to you. Make it as easy on yourself as you can. There's all that seed and membrane in there. Just pulling it out. Very easy to do. This one, as you can see, it's all cleaned out, and I'll leave the stem on this one. We'll show you some with, some without. Now, if you're doing another kind of pepper, like a red pepper or a green pepper, kind of the same process. Obviously, the poblanos are more oblong, but then I put them in this glass dish, just like so, and I cover it with a damp paper towel, and my cheats version is to soften these a little bit. I'm going to put them in my microwave. I'm gonna say maybe 3 minutes to give them a good head start. Shouldn't need more than that. Now, I said these were going to be super easy stuffed peppers, and I mean that. And I'm going to start in my skillet here. I have a half of an onion. You can use whatever onion you want. All I had was a red onion, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to give it a very super rough dice. This doesn't need to be fancy. This is rustic home cooking that comes together quickly and is deeply satisfying. My skillet is starting to heat up, and I'm just going to put all these onions in here. Oh, you hear the sizzle. All right, here is an optional ingredient. I was going to add just a little bit of oil in there to get that started, but I'm going to add some sun-dried tomatoes in a jar. Buy them packed in oil because it keeps them really nice and tender and juicy, and they're not dry and tough. And I'm going to use that oil as my saute oil. I am going to add a few of these, maybe a heaping tablespoon or so of these sun-dried tomatoes. And they're already julienned. You can buy them whole or you can buy them julienned. And I'm just going to give them a super rough chop, and then they go in as well. Just a nice little pop of sweetness. Wow, it's so good. The reason you don't need a whole lot else in this dish is because I am using a mild pork sausage. It's kind of like a breakfast sausage, super duper flavorful. So I'm just going to cut this package open and kind of squeeze the sausage into the onion and tomato mixture that is sauteing. And I'm going to break that sausage up. And it does have a decent amount of fat in it too, so I don't think I'm going to need any more oil. All right, do you see these peppers? Now they're beginning to soften, and wow, they smell good. You can smell that they've just started to cook a little bit. I'm going to put those in my casserole dish here, and I'm just going to kind of place them to where I think they'll all fit. Almost. Actually, I need a bigger dish. This is not going to work. All right, bigger dish. We'll put the peppers in like so. It's kind of more space than I needed, but gives me the space that I need. Now, if you didn't want to use a pork sausage for this, you could certainly use a turkey breakfast sausage, and I do that frequently. It's just you're looking for that breakfast sausage flavor in this, and this is really, really good. Alrighty, my sausage and onion is nicely cooked up along with those beautiful, sweet, sun-dried tomatoes. And then all I need to do, this is about a cup of leftover rice that I have. Leftover rice is always a good thing because you can do so much with it. And I'm just gonna mix it in here. And then also I have cheese. This is a sharp cheddar, again, about a cup. And that's going to bind everything together. And let's give it a good stir up, and then we'll stuff, making a mess, and then we'll stuff the peppers. Did I tell you this was easy or what? That cheese is starting to melt with the heat from the sausage, so it's gonna be exactly where I need it to be. Then we stuff the peppers. Super, super easy. You just take a pepper like so and put your mixture in here. I kind of like to overfill mine, but not pack it. It's already cooked. It's just gonna need to heat up in the oven. And if you wanted to put some breadcrumb over this, it would be really good. All I have on hand is panko, and Tim is not a fan of panko, so I'm going to leave them as is. And if you have a little bit of this mixture left, it is fine to just eat it as it is. It doesn't need a vehicle of any kind other than your fork. It's a cold, rainy day out today, and man, there's nothing more comforting than a delicious stuffed pepper on a cold, rainy day. But there's my peppers all stuffed. Don't they look really good already? Yum, yum. And then I'm gonna put these in my 400 oven for about 20 minutes since they're already cooked really. And I did get a head start on the peppers by sticking them in the microwave for a little bit. So after about 20 minutes, they should be the perfect softness, and the cheese will become bubbly, and this is gonna be a really delicious dish. If you haven't yet, please take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications to our YouTube channel. Click that bell icon below to make sure you get all the latest from us. And also check out TKFoodie.com. Drop in your email so that you get all the latest from us from our website. You never know what you might be missing at TKFoodie.com. Woo, you can hear them, they're still sizzling. The cheese has melted, and these look absolutely delicious. I've got to plate one up. That looks so scrumptious. Wow. Okay. And I like a little green on mine, so I'm just opting for a little sprinkling of cilantro, totally optional. And then we're gonna go in and take a bite of this. Those peppers got nice and soft. That cheese is oozy and melty. And they smell absolutely fabulous. So, can I, without burning myself? That's a 2 thumbs up. It's delicious, quick, easy, satisfying, comforting, all the things that you want, especially on a cold, rainy day like it is today. So you have got to check out this recipe. It's on tkfoodie.com, and you're gonna love it. It's so yummy.